Globally, the cancer burden is on the increase, especially in low and middle-income countries. According to the World Health Organization, there will be 13.2 million cancer-related deaths every year by 2013. This must be a wake-up call for Ugandans, where breast and cervical cancer remain a major concern and the leading cause of death among women. Center for Health, Human Rights and Development, CEHAD, a non-government organization, insists more is needed than legislations to expeditiously solve the existing weaknesses in the health sector.
Cancer, if you look at the number of people we've lost in the country, those that are reported high profile and those that are non-high profile, I think it's a significant stage where the country needs to be seen to be taking steps. The big question with this law is whether it has taken the right step. I think any legislation towards the health sector, for us, it's an indication of commitment on the part of the state. So one could start by saying that there is a bit of commitment.
With the current National Cancer Institute legislation, the Executive Director, CEHAD Moses Mulumba, points out the need for government to appropriate to the health sector maximum funding to enable them operate maximally.
The health sector, which still has a number of challenges, cancer has found a health system that is struggling. So managing the wider health system issues of human resource is extremely important. How many human resources do we have to manage cancer before you even talk about the legislation? This law would have addressed some of those challenges. For instance, the questions of managing resources, how far the government is going to be contributing to the Cancer Institute would have been very valuable. What's the kind of recruitment that you are expecting in the Cancer Institute?
Although the cancer burden calls for different cancer treatment options, the government must also ensure its obligations than monopoly of the agency. Previously, the Cancer Institute had to access such fundings only through the Department of Medicine in Mulago Hospital, after it was downgraded to a unit level following the 1970 and 80 political turmoil.
Issues of health are not issues that the state is just helping the citizens, but they are issues of obligations. But where from the obligations, there are also economic issues that are very important. When you look at the expenditures that are going out because of lack of investment in prevention, I think it's critically important that we begin to look at issues of health as issues of paramount importance for the state. These are issues that are capable of being security issues in the country, as you can see.
The National Cancer Institute Bill now will help establish the Uganda Cancer Institute as an autonomous government agency to coordinate and undertake prevention and treatment of cancer. According to Moses Mulumba, however, the bill falls short of the government obligations to handle the crisis.
The question is on the quality of the legislation, because when you look at the legislation that has been proposed, it is just about establishment of the institute, which is great. You would see that they are trying to insulate the institute from the influence of the other ministries, and it's within the law, it's just the minister that has been given mandate to give some directions, but those directions are very policy-related directions. I would also think that this law would not only have focused on the establishment of the Cancer Institute, but it would have been a law that focuses on managing cancer generally in the country.
After the news of a breakdown of Uganda's only radiotherapy machine, health institutions across the country came out in defense of funding shortfalls. True to this, available figures also indicated that thousands of Ugandans were unable to get potentially life-saving treatments. Since then, Mulago Cancer Institute awaits building of 6 bunkers before installing the new machine. The current legislation on the National Cancer Institute before Parliament is a very important tool to the health sector in this country. However, it raises a pertinent question to the cancer crisis in this country on how much government would be obligating itself to solving this impediment. Aran Stabarka, WBS Television.